This video will walk you through how to obtain all the current rods in Fisch, starting with early game rods, moving into mid-game and late game rods. We'll also cover seasonal event rods like the Haunted Rod and the Krampus Rod. To wrap things up, I'll highlight rods that were limited time, code specific, or have since been removed, such as the Buddy Bond Rod. Got questions about any of the rods? Drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. For faster responses or more in-depth assistance, feel free to join my Discord server. Let's jump in and start with the early game rods. We're starting with the flimsy rod. This rod is a basic choice with no special stats. It gets replaced pretty quickly once you get better rods. It's limited in what it can catch, mainly due to its low weight capacity. You automatically get this rod when you first start the game, and there's no special requirement to obtain it. The plastic rod is an upgrade to this one, offering better stats across the board. Next, let's talk about the Fischers rod. It's a solid rod for beginners, offering similar stats to the plastic rod, except it has a 5% lower luck and resilience but has slightly better control. It doesn't stay relevant for long though, as the carbon rod quickly outshines it. You can only get the Fischers rod by buying the starter pack for 99 Robux. Now on to the training rod. This is the cheapest rod in the game and isn't really meant for serious fishing. It's perfect for practicing and getting the hang of the minigame. Due to its low luck stat, most fish you catch will be of lower rarity, but with its increased lure stat, fish will bite faster, making it easier to practice. You can buy the training rod for 300 credits from Mark's store in Moosewood Village. Next, there's the plastic rod. It gives a slight boost to most stats, but its main advantage is the increased maximum weight, which lets you catch a wider variety of fish. It's a great low-tier rod and only costs 900 credits, so it's a good idea to grab it as soon as you can. If you want something with slightly better stats though, you'll find the carbon rod to be a better choice. Speaking of the carbon rod, this one is perfect for early game fishing. It has a high weight limit and boosts luck, control, and resilience, which makes catching rare fish easier. The steady rod is an upgrade to the carbon rod, offering better stats but with some trade-offs. You can pick up the carbon rod from Mark's store in Moosewood for 2,000 credits. Moving on to the stone rod, it's pretty cheap and works well for beginners. It boosts luck and resilience, which can help you catch better fish, but it's not great for the long term. The steady rod and other early game rods will outclass it quickly. You can grab the stone rod from the unfinished lighthouse near Ancient Isle for 3,000 credits. Next, let's take a look at the fast rod. It's another early game rod that's all about speed, as it has a high lure speed. This makes it great for catching lots of fish, but it uses up any bait you use to boost luck very quickly. It's good for making money early on if you're confident in your skills, but it's not great for catching high value fish due to its low maximum weight. If you can get the rapid rod later on, it's an upgrade with better stats. Now the lucky rod is all about boosting your luck, making rare fish easier to find. However, its penalties to lure and resilience make it harder to catch fish, especially with its low maximum weight. If you're confident, you can use it for early game money making, but overall, it's better to skip it in favor of other rods. You can purchase the lucky rod from Mark's store for 5,250 credits. Next up is the long rod. This rod offers great stats for attracting fish, but it comes with a penalty to control, which makes reeling in fish trickier. On the plus side, it has a higher max weight than most rods at its tier, which is nice for catching bigger fish. It also has a passive ability to increase the length of your cast, which is helpful in certain areas. It works well as an all-around rod or an alternative to the carbon rod for early game grinding. You can find it near a tent at Moosewood, and it costs 4,500 credits. Moving on to the magma rod, it has lower stats, but is useful for fishing in Roslet Volcano and completing the bestiary. Without boosts to resilience or control, it can be challenging to use, especially for newer players. It's great for farming volcanic geodes and truffle worms, which are important for catching high-value fish. If you want something better for fishing in lava, the reinforced rod is an upgrade. You can get the magma rod by completing the Orc's quest at Roslet Bay. Next, there's the fungal rod. This one has decent luck, but otherwise unremarkable stats. The key feature is its ability to give you a 20% luck bonus for 45 seconds after reeling in a fish. This can be used to catch better fish when paired with high lure speed rods. You can earn the fungal rod by completing Agaric's quest in Mushgrove Swamp. Now let's talk about the steady rod. It's a major upgrade to the carbon rod. With a super high maximum weight, it can catch any fish, and boosts to luck, control, and resilience make fishing much easier. The downside is the penalty to lure speed, but you can fix this with certain baits or enchantments. It's a fantastic rod for early game grinding and can help you catch legendary and mythical fish. You can buy it for 7,000 credits at Roslet Hamlet from Alfie. On to the rapid rod. This rod serves as an upgrade to the fast rod. Its 72% lure speed makes it the fastest rod in the game, ideal for grinding easier fish near locations like Harvester's Spike. However, its negative resilience makes it less reliable for catching rarer fish. While not a perfect upgrade, the hidden trident rod offers an alternative with a passive effect that allows fish to be reeled in quickly. The rapid rod can be found near Alfie at Roslet Hamlet and is available for 14,000 credits. Shifting to the nocturnal rod, this rod features a high luck stat and the unique ability to catch fish regardless of the time of day. You can find the nocturnal rod at Synth's shop in Vertigo for 11,000 credits. To maximize its effectiveness, enchantments are highly recommended. The top picks include Resilient, Steady, or Controlled to assist with reeling legendary or mythical fish, Abyssal, Sea King, or Mutated to enhance the value of your catches. Let's move on to the magnet rod. This specialized rod focuses on collecting crates rather than fish. Thanks to its unique passive effect, while it can still attract fish, such occurrences are exceptionally rare. If you're seeking bait, try fishing at Sunstone Island, which provides plenty of quality bait crates. The magnet rod is sold near the shipwright at Terrapin Island for 15,000 credits. Now for the fortune rod. Acting as an upgrade to the lucky rod, this rod boasts a very high luck stat, making it easier to locate rare fish. However, its penalties to lure speed and resilience make it challenging to handle larger catches like the Izanod or colossal squid without enchantments. The fortune rod is available near Alfie at Roslet Hamlet for 12,150 credits. For those seeking even better performance, the Destiny rod serves as a superior upgrade. Onto the Arctic rod. This rod stands out for its strong stats, making it one of the best upgrades to the steady rod. It's perfect for megalodon hunts, and its affordability at 25,000 credits makes it an excellent pick for newer players. The Arctic rod is sold near the Merchant at Northern Summit in the Northern Expedition area. Recommended enchantments include Hasty to instantly hook fish, Abyssal to increase fish value, Quality for balanced stat improvements. Turning to the avalanche rod. Although priced higher at 35,000 credits, this rod can be found at Overgrowth Caves. It allows for megalodon fishing but is largely overshadowed by the Arctic rod, which is both cheaper and more efficient. Next, we have the Phoenix rod. With a 55% lure speed and a passive trait granting a 40% chance of Scorched mutation for a 1.3x sell price boost, the Phoenix rod has its niche uses. However, its low luck stat, inability to handle heavier fish, and steep price of 40,000 credits make it less appealing compared to alternatives like the steady rod. Introducing the Scurvy Rod. This versatile rod features decent luck and a 15% resilience boost, making it a solid choice for completing your bestiary or catching legendary fish. However, its hefty price tag of 50,000 credits and lack of specialized passives limit its value for grinding or income generation. The Scurvy Rod is sold at Forsaken Shores near Jack Marrow. Next, we have the Reinforced Rod. While its stats aren't amazing, it's unique because it can fish in both the Brine Pool and Roslet Volcano. This makes it essential for players exploring these areas and completing their bestiary. However, it's not recommended outside of these zones due to its lower stats. Moving on to the final early game rod, the Midas Rod. The Midas Rod may not have impressive stats, but it comes with a unique passive ability. It has a 60% chance to trigger the Midas mutation, which doubles the sell value of the fish caught. This makes it a good option for fishing in areas where fish are easier to catch, but its low resilience makes it less effective for reeling in stronger fish unless enchanted. The Midas Rod can be found in the Traveling Merchant's rotating stock for 55,000 credits. The best enchantments for it are Resilient, Controlled, or Steady to help with catching evasive fish. Now that we've covered the early game rods, let's dive into the mid-game rods, starting with the Crystalized Rod. The Crystalized Rod is a great choice due to its low price of 35,000 credits and solid stats. It's definitely worth acquiring. The puzzle required to unlock it is quite easy, and glass diamonds, which are needed for the puzzle, are simple to catch while fishing at overgrowth caves. This rod has a passive ability that mutates a fish with crystallized, boosting the fish's sell price by 1.75x. To unlock the rod, complete the puzzle where two players need to place their glass diamonds on pressure plates to break the ice surrounding it. The puzzle is located near the top of the summit. For best results, consider enchanting this rod. The optimal enchantments for this rod include Swift or Hasty for faster fish catches, Quality to provide an overall boost to the rod's lure speed, resilience, and luck. Moving on to the Aurora Rod. The Aurora Rod has average stats, but offers a 15% chance to trigger the Aurora mutation, which increases fish value by 6.5x. This makes it a great option for farming in locations like Harvester's Spike, the depths, or the deep ocean. Although the Aurora mutation offers a significant boost, the Mythical Rod is generally more effective, yielding an average increase of 2.05x compared to the Aurora Rod's 1.82x. However, during the Aurora Borealis event, the Aurora Rod shines, as the mutation rate jumps to 30%. The Aurora Rod can be purchased for 90,000 credits from Synth in Vertigo, but only during the Aurora Borealis. For best performance, it's beneficial to enchant the Aurora Rod with Resilient, Steady, or Controlled for better chances of catching tougher fish, Swift or Hasty for quicker catches, especially during the Aurora Borealis to maximize profits. Next, let's discuss the Mythical Rod. The Mythical Rod is one of the top rods for farming money. It features a decent luck stat to help catch rarer fish and has a passive ability that increases the sell price of 30% of caught fish by 4.5x. granting them the mythical mutation. It doesn't have any major downsides, making it one of the best all-around rods, although it struggles with larger fish due to a lack of resilience bonuses. Therefore, it's advisable to enchant it soon after acquiring it. On average, this rod boosts the value of all caught fish by 2.05x. You can purchase the mythical rod from the traveling merchant for 110,000 credits. Consider enchanting the mythical rod with the following enchantments: resilient, steady, or controlled to improve your chances with high rarity fish, hasty or swift to increase catching speed, abyssal or seeking for greater earnings from fish, quality for a slight buff to all stats. Moving on to the King's Rod. The King's Rod stands out due to its impressive control and resilience, making it ideal for catching even the toughest fish. It also provides a substantial luck bonus, but it does come with a drawback of slower lure speed. Its passive ability increases the size of all fish caught by 15%. This makes it a great option for catching larger fish, which can yield a significant profit. It's a strong alternative to the mythical rod for players who prefer not to rely on enchantments to catch mythical and legendary fish. It also works well for those focused on completing their bestiary. You can find the King's Rod next to a skeleton in the Keeper's Altar just left of the elevator when descending. It can be purchased for 120,000 credits. For optimal performance, enchant the King's Rod with Swift or Hasty to counter its slower lure speed, Abyssal or Seeking for larger fish and increase credits income, Clever or Insight for XP farming, as perfect catches are easier with this rod. Next, let's cover the Precision Rod. The Precision Rod is an early game rod with 150% luck and the ability to catch fish as large as the whale shark with a max fish weight of 12,000 kilos. However, it's not the easiest rod to obtain as it requires rare mythical driftwood which may need to be caught or appraised. This makes it less ideal for early game players. In addition, the Precision Rod struggles in comparison to other rods like the Sunken Rod, which have more useful passives for earning credits. The Precision Rod can be crafted at the crafting station in the Ancient Archives. It requires level requirement 40, ingredients 1 amethyst, 2 mythical driftwood, 1 magic thread, cost 7,500 credits. Recommended enchantments for the Precision Rod include Hasty or Swift to speed up fish catches, Abyssal or Seeking for increased credit earnings. Moving on to the Wisdom Rod. The Wisdom Rod is one of the best mid-game rods and even holds up in late-game scenarios thanks to its passive that grants a 70 to 100% XP bonus. This makes it particularly useful for XP farming. However, its overall stats are fairly underwhelming, and it can struggle with higher rarity fish that give the most XP. Additionally, the rod's expensive crafting ingredients can cost millions of credits. It requires level requirement 40, ingredients 1 ruby, 2 mythical driftwood, 1 magic thread, cost 50,000 credits. The best enchantments for the wisdom rod are clever or insight to further boost XP gain, resilient or unbreakable to catch bigger fish, hasty or swift to improve catch speed. Next, let's talk about the Destiny Rod. The Destiny Rod is an upgrade from the Fortune Rod with the highest luck stat for any fishing rod alongside a slight penalty to lure speed. It also provides a 5% chance to catch shiny and sparkling fish. Though it's useful for completing the bestiary and catching higher rarity fish, its high price and the requirement of 70% bestiary completion mean that it's often only used after most fish have already been discovered. The Destiny Rod struggles to catch evasive fish like those in the deep ocean unless properly enchanted or paired with high resilience bait. In terms of credits income, other rods like the Aurora, Mythical, or Trident rods outperform it due to their higher chances of catching modified fish. You can purchase the Destiny Rod from Kalea at the Arch for 190,000 credits if you have 70% bestiary completion. For best results, consider enchanting the Destiny Rod with Blessed for more shiny and sparkling fish, Resilient, Steady, or Controlled to improve your chances with evasive fish, Hasty or Swift for quicker catches, Clever or Insight for XP farming, as rare fish tend to provide more XP. Next, we have the Ice Warper's Rod, unlocked by completing the lever puzzle. To do this, flip 6 ice-covered levers in any order, stand near each lever with a lantern to melt the ice. Keep in mind, the lever states don't save between servers. After activating 5 levers, the last one in the cave can be pulled. When completed, the Ice Warper's Rod drops from the sky and becomes available for purchase at 65,000 credits. The best enchantments for the Ice Warper's Rod are Hasty for instant reel efficiency, Quality for an overall stat boost. Moving on to the Trident Rod, this rod is notable for its ability to randomly stab a fish when reeling, stunning it momentarily and advancing minigame progress. This mechanic bypasses debuffs in progress speed, making even evasive fish easier to catch despite the rod's baseline resilience and control. Additionally, the Trident Rod has a 30% chance to turn a fish Atlantean, tripling its sell value. Its high luck, fast lure speed, and increased weight limit make it a versatile choice for late game fishing. To acquire the Trident Rod, visit the Trident's Temple in the Desolate Deep. Unlocking the temple requires sacrificing 5 enchant relics and fully completing the Desolate Deep bestiary. If you source the relics from Merlin, the total cost will be 205,000 credits, with the rod itself priced at 150,000 credits. For optimal performance, enchant the trident rod with hasty or swift for faster luring, abyssal or sea king to boost overall income, quality for balanced stats, resilient, controlled, or steady for help with tougher fish when the stabbing ability isn't enough. Next is the Summit Rod, a solid mid-tier option. While its stats are generally good, the lack of a passive ability makes other mid-tier rods, like the Trident Rod, more appealing for progression. You can buy the Summit Rod for 300,000 credits at Camp Number 3 in the Frigid Cavern, part of the Northern Expedition. For the best performance, enchant the Summit Rod with Hasty or Swift to increase lure speed. Now let's talk about the Sunken Rod. It offers excellent all-around stats and a unique ability. After every 10 successful catches, there's a 25% chance to obtain a treasure map and a 5% chance to catch a fish with the Sunken mutation. Its base stats outperform even the Trident Rod in most categories, making it a strong performer. However, since its ability doesn't directly improve fishing, other rods like the Trident Rod may still be preferable. The Sunken Rod can be found in treasure chests. The best enchantments for the Sunken Rod are Hasty to reduce lure time and catch more treasure maps, Moving on, the resourceful rod doubles the effects of all bait, making every catch more efficient. This rod can be crafted at the Ancient Archives crafting station and requires level 50. Here are the ingredients: 3 amethysts, 2 lunar driftwoods, and 1 magic thread. The crafting price is 15,000 credits. The only recommended enchantment is Scrapper to prevent wasting bait. Next, we have the Seasons Rod. Its stats are average, but its unique ability boosts luck based on the in-game season. Additionally, it can grant the seasonal mutation, increasing sell prices. Its utility is situational, and it's generally outclassed by other late-game rods. You can craft the Seasons Rod at the Ancient Archives crafting station. This requires level 145 and the following ingredients: 2 opals, 3 frozen driftwoods, and 1 magic thread. The crafting price is 35,000 credits. The best enchantments for the Seasons Rod include Resilient, Controlled, or Steady for high rarity fish, Quality for balanced stats, Unbreakable for higher weight fish, Abyssal for a weight multiplier during summer. Moving on to the Riptide Rod, this versatile tool can be crafted at the crafting station located in the Ancient Archives. It requires players to reach level 200 and gather the following ingredients: 3 rubies, 3 pieces of Atlantean driftwood, and 1 magic thread. Once everything is ready, players will need 40,000 credits to complete the crafting process. To maximize its potential, it's recommended to use enchantments like Resilient or Controlled, which make catching difficult fish easier and improve your chances with perfect catches. For faster fishing, Hasty or Swift enchantments work wonders, while Abyssal or Sea King help increase overall credit earnings. Finally, Quality provides a balanced boost to all the essential stats. Next, we have the Rod of the Depths, a must-have for mid-game progression. This rod is renowned for its high lure speed, allowing you to catch fish rapidly, and its unique spirit passive, which grants a bonus fish every 3 successful catches. With its high luck and moderate control and resilience, the Rod of the Depths is invaluable for reaching level 500 and completing any missing entries in your bestiary. To acquire this powerful rod, players must first unlock the hidden maze in the depths. This requires completing Vertigo's bestiary 100%, using a depths key to unlock the maze entrance, and offering 2 enchant relics, 1 abyssal and 1 hexed. Additionally, players will need advanced diving gear, which costs 15,000 credits to navigate the maze, and 750,000 credits to purchase the rod itself. Unlike some other areas, the doors leading to the depths and the Rod of the Depths are client-sided, meaning players must unlock them individually. However, depths keys and enchant relics can still be traded with others. For the best results, it is highly recommended to enchant the rod with Abyssal for increased earnings or Clever to boost XP gains. Hasty is also a great option for faster luring, while Steady makes reeling in larger fish much easier. Let's move on to the endgame rods, starting with the Heavens Rod. This rod is powerful, with great stats and a special feature. Every time you catch a fish with it, there's a 15% chance it will be heavenly, which increases the fish's sell price by 5 times, making it a great rod for earning credits. While its lure speed isn't as high as some other endgame rods, you can balance this by enchanting it with Hasty or Swift, which will make it more versatile and help you catch fish faster. To get the Heavens Rod, you need to complete the crystal puzzle at Glacial Grotto. The puzzle involves finding and placing 4 energy crystals and pressing 5 red buttons scattered around the map. The order doesn't matter, but here's where to find everything. Yellow crystal, only obtainable during an avalanche. Green crystal, given by a shadowy figure in the frigid cavern. Blue crystal. Located near the northern summit, you'll need a pickaxe to break the ice. Red crystal, bought from hiker number 12 for 250,000 credits after getting the other crystals. The button locations are spread across different islands. Moosewood, behind the top credits leaderboard. Ancient Isle, near the lighthouse door. Snowcap Island, behind a lamppost near Upper Snowcap. Roslet Bay, on the log near Ash's Seat. Forsaken Shores, inside the watchtower close to the main island. Now let's take a look at the Voyager rod. This rod is unique because each fish caught has a 25% chance to gain the fossilized mutation, which has an interesting design that resembles fossils. It also has a laser feature to speed up your progress while reeling in fish. However, its mediocre stats and tough obtainment requirements make it less popular. To craft the Voyager rod, you need level requirement 400, ingredients 3 opal, 3 void wood, 1 magic thread. Crafting cost, 30,000 credits. Enchantments to consider for the Voyager rod are hasty or swift. These will speed up your lure speed, especially when combined with fast bait. Resilient or controlled, helps with catching higher rarity fish. Quality, boosts all-around stats for better performance. Moving on to the Lost Rod, this one has an exciting passive ability. After 6 perfect catches in a row, it boosts your luck by 150% for the next 3 casts, giving you a great chance to land rare fish. To craft the Lost Rod, you'll need level requirement 450, ingredients 3 lapis lazuli, 3 ancient wood, 1 ancient thread. Crafting cost, 50,000 credits. Enchantments that work well with the Lost Rod include Resilient or Controlled. These help reduce the difficulty of activating the special mode and assist with catching larger fish. Hasty, helps trigger the special mode more frequently. The No Life Rod. It has the second highest base control stat, just behind the Summit Rod, and the highest lure speed of any obtainable rod in the game. This allows you to hook fish nearly instantly and reel them in just as quickly. The rod also features a stab ability similar to the Trident rod, infinite weight capacity, and a 20% chance to catch fish with the hexed mutation. This mutation increases the fish's cell value by 1.5x. Its impressive stats and abilities make the No Life Rod an endgame side grade to the Trident Rod. While it sacrifices the potential cell value of fish, it excels in overall stats and extremely fast lure and catching speeds. The No Life Rod is given to players for free once they reach level 500. There are no additional requirements to obtain it, simply reach level 500 and it will appear in your equipment bag. It's highly recommended to enchant the No Life Rod. The best enchantments are Clever, ideal for grinding XP and reaching level 750 faster. Quality, helps max out the rod's lure speed, ensuring fish are hooked instantly while also providing small buffs to luck and resilience. Steady, complements the naturally high lure speed, making it easier to reel in fish, especially those with high negative progression speed. Next, let's talk about the Celestial Rod. This rod's passive ability, Celestial Bonus, provides plus 50% luck, plus 30% lure speed, and guarantees that all fish caught during the 5-minute duration have the Celestial mutation. Additionally, these fish will also grant 30% more XP. However, the Celestial Bonus only activates after catching 85 fish, which can be a downside. In terms of efficiency and mutation value, the Trident Rod, Mythical Rod, and Rod of the Depths outperform the Celestial Rod. For XP gain, the Wisdom Rod may also be a better choice due to its 70 to 100% XP bonus. The Celestial Rod can be crafted at the crafting station in the Ancient Archives. The requirements are level requirement 500, ingredients 3 moonstone, 3 moonwood, 1 ancient thread, price 100,000. The best enchantments for the Celestial Rod are Resilient, helps catch bigger fish more effectively, Hasty or Swift. These compensate for its lower base lure speed, ensuring more frequent catches during the Celestial Bonus. Next up is the Rod of the Eternal King. This craftable endgame rod becomes available at level 650. While it has solid all-around stats, it suffers from low lure speed. Its signature ability, Royal Escort, gives a 10% chance every 30 seconds to summon a Royal Escort. This boosts luck by 150% for 45 seconds, and all fish caught during this time have a 20% chance to be mutated with the Greedy mutation, which quadruples the fish's sell price. Additionally, legendary, mythical, or exotic fish with the Greedy mutation have a 10% chance to increase their weight by 50%, making them harder to catch. The Rod of the Eternal King also has a 15% chance of immediately catching a higher rarity fish after missing a catch, making it very forgiving for players. To craft the Rod of the Eternal King, you need level requirement 650, ingredients 2 golden sea pearl, 3 inferno wood, 1 lunar thread, price 250,000. The best enchantments for this rod are Hasty, ensures instant catches and maximizes the efficiency of the Royal Escort passive. Abyssal, the best choice for money making, especially when paired with rapid catchers. Moving on to the Rod of the Forgotten Fang, this endgame rod becomes available at level 750 and offers exceptional all-around stats. Its base control is 0.22, the third highest of any obtainable rod, behind the No Life rod and Summit rod. The most notable feature of this rod is the Megalodon ability. After 3 perfect catches, a Megalodon will jump out of the water with a fish, and it provides a 15 to 20% size increase to the fish. The Rod of the Forgotten Fang is a solid side grade to the Rod of the Depths. It has similar stats and abilities, but is generally considered less reliable due to its harder to trigger passive ability. To craft the Rod of the Forgotten Fang, you need level requirement 750, ingredients 2 megs fang, 2 megs spine, 1 lunar thread price, 300,000 credits. The best enchantments for the Rod of the Forgotten Fang are quality, for near instant catches while also providing minor buffs to other stats. Clever, a great source of XP, though note it doesn't work with the Meg passive. Abyssal, increases the money earned from fishing. A few important things to note about the rod. Perfect catches don't have to be consecutive to activate the Megalodon passive. When the passive triggers, the fish it brings will be the same type of fish as the original, not a higher tier fish. For example, if you catch a Megalodon during the passive, you'll receive another Megalodon with a different weight, and it will have the 15 to 20% size buff. The passive activates on the 4th catch, not the 3rd, and doesn't require perfect catches to trigger. Now let's move on to the seasonal event rods. These include the Haunted, Relic, Antler, North Star, Candy Cane, Krampus, Frost Warden, Fischmas, and Frostfire rods. First, we have the Haunted Rod. The Haunted Rod is one of the few seasonal event exclusive rods with fairly average overall stats. However, it comes with a unique ability to fish the Fish Fright exclusive mutations all year round. It has a 20% chance to catch either the Sinister 1.9x or Ghastly 2x mutation, making it a surprisingly good money-making rod. The Haunted Rod could be obtained during Fish Fright, where it was given for free as a reward for donating 5 ingredients to the witch. The description of the Relic Rod implies a power or ability, but the rod does not seem to possess any. After completing the archaeological hunt quest by finishing the archaeologist's bestiary, the player must go to the archaeological site and open an ancient gate using the code from Dr. Finnis's handwritten note, applying it to a pedestal found in front of the entrance. Proceeding into the cave leads to the Relic Rod, resting in the palm of a stone hand. While the Relic Rod is decent on its own, enchantments can make it a rod even later game players will use. Up next, we have the Antler Rod. The Antler Rod features a passive ability that gives a 25% chance for a fish caught to have the Jolly mutation, multiplying the value of the fish by 1.2x. It has solid luck and lure speed, but lacks good control and resilience with a small weight limit of 200. Antler Rod was obtainable during the Fischmas event via the Advent Calendar, claimable on day 5. Best enchantments: hasty to increase the number of fish caught, quality to provide an all-around boost, unbreakable to increase weight capacity. Moving on to the North Star Rod. The North Star Rod is a special limited-time fishing rod exclusively available during the Fischmas event via the Advent Calendar on day 9. This rod is a coveted prize for players looking to enhance their early game fishing experience with a balanced mix of speed, luck, and resilience. It boasts impressive stats for its tier. Next, we have the Candy Cane Rod. The The candy cane rod is slightly better than the flimsy rod, though it still falls behind the plastic rod. Its unique feature is a 10% chance for all fish to be festive. During the Fischmas event, players could obtain the candy cane rod by using the magical snow globe to enter the winter village and purchasing it for 100 credits at Santa's workshop. Moving on, we have the Krampus rod. This rod can be crafted at the crafting station inside the ancient archives. It's perfect for early game players looking for a reliable fishing tool. To craft the Krampus rod, you'll need 3 icicles, 1 festive driftwood, 1 magic thread. It costs 30,000 credits to craft. As for enchantments, the best options are hasty or swift to increase lure speed for faster catches, quality for a slight boost to all its stats, making it more versatile for early game fishing. Next, we have the Frost Warden rod. This rod is a limited time exclusive that can only be obtained by purchasing the winter bundle for 799 Robux. While its stats don't stand out compared to other rods, it's a great collectible for those who enjoy seasonal themed items. Now let's talk about the Fischmas rod. The Fischmas rod is another limited time fishing rod available in the Christmas pack for 799 Robux. It's an excellent choice for beginners who want a balanced mix of lure speed, luck, and resilience early on in the game. This rod's stats make it a well-rounded option, offering decent speed and control with enough luck and resilience to handle early game challenges. Lastly, we have the Frostfire rod. This rod is another limited time item exclusively available in the Christmas Pack 2 for 799 Robux. Like the Fischmas rod, it offers a solid balance of speed, luck, and resilience, making it great for early game players. Its stats are comparable to the Fischmas rod, providing reliable performance without overcomplicating things for beginners. When it comes to enchantments, here's what works best. Abyssal or Sea King to increase the amount of credits you earn from fishing. Quality for a small but noticeable improvement across all its stats. Now let's talk about some rods that were only available through codes for a limited time, the Astral rod and the Event Horizon rod. The Astral rod is a mid-game rod with balanced stats, though it's not the best in resilience. It has a passive ability that can trigger the lunar mutation, which multiplies the fish's sell price by 2.5x, but the chances are quite low. This rod could be obtained by redeeming the Thank You Followers 2 code, which celebrated developers reaching 10k followers on Roblox. Since the Astral rod has some weak points, I recommend enchanting it with Hasty for faster catches, Resilient to compensate for its lower resilience, Control to make it easier to catch fish. Next, the Event Horizon rod is similar to the Astral rod in stats and the lunar mutation. It also has a low chance of activating the mutation, which multiplies the sell price by 2.5x. The Event Horizon rod was available through the Thank You Followers 3 code, marking another milestone in the community. To enhance the Event Horizon rod's performance, the best enchantments are Hasty for quicker catches, Resilient to catch rare fish, Control to make it easier to land fish. Finally, we have the Buddy Bond rod. This rod was unique because it gave a 30% boost to all stats for each friend in the server, but the boost was capped at just 1 friend. It could be obtained from Bob by inviting a friend to the server. If your friend joined, you could return to Bob to claim the rod. Unfortunately, the Buddy Bond rod was removed from the game and is no longer obtainable.